everyone. It's a brand new season of our podcast show. We're heading into the fall. The back to school period is upon us. Yes. And we want to kick off the new season with a talk about some of the things that you're going to need to know on the tech stack for your school to get the best semester, best experience out of your schooling, whether you pay for it or not. Probably your parents initially, and then yourself when you start accumulating that debt for that doctorate or lawyer or accountant, all of the approved Asian professions.
That's right, Asian professions. Yes.
But first, we want to make sure that everyone is aware that in a lot of jurisdictions, especially in Canada, we are starting to roll out these cell phone bans inside the classroom. Now, I know that everyone has been fairly permissive in that respect because they don't want to rattle any feathers or anything like that. But studies have been showing that, with this kind of distraction,
it is.
Kids are just not performing as well in academic tests anymore. And this is still a bit of an experiment. But you know what? Even before cell phones were a thing, kids. You have to recognize kids still found a way to distract themselves, all right? Tamagotchi, pagers, all sorts of things. Yeah. Every generation has a thing that is distracting them, but I don't think anything has been as disruptive as the cell phone, as the smartphone, because it talks to them. It talks back. You can ask questions. You can even set it to do macros so that you can bring up certain things on your screen so that you can, pass a test.
Have you seen that Samsung thing and the Apple thing where they circle the actual...
Circle to search?
Yeah, and they circle a formula or an answer.
Oh, yeah.
And it brings up... Yeah, it brings up all the solution.
Here's how to do the work so I get the extra marks. So cell phones are being banned so that kids can focus on learning the process. In a lot of cases, I think this is a good thing. We'll have to see how that goes along. But I think that parents, educators, and even most students overall, I mean, a lot of the good students in class, they're not looking at their cell phone. They also feel a little bit jilted when Stacy or whoever, Mike, gets a pass because they brought their cell phones into class, and that's just disruptive for them when they're focusing on their work as well as everyone else as well too.
I think
sorry, Stacy and Mike. My bad. Not singling you out, okay? I don't know who you are. But this is a good thing that you need to be aware of, and maybe we'll have some ideas about cell phone security. I don't know how the ban works exactly, but I think you can't take it out if you take it out of class, it's put into
it's confiscated apparently.
Confiscated, okay?
For that period.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe there's some tricks and tips that we can share with you at the end. But first of all, we just need to talk about the platforms that we need for having success in school. And I think the biggest ones right now, it's either you've got your Chromebooks.
Yeah, Chromebooks are good.
That's a big one for elementary school, some middle school. You've got PCs and you've got Macs. And in this case, PCs have Copilot if you're picking up one of the latest ones, which have AI built into it.
Yeah.
So you can do AI things.
Ask it questions. Some of the artwork that comes up with those AI is crazy.
Yeah, and AI is going to be a disruption in the classrooms, both secondary and post-secondary, because of the fact that it does give students a easy way out to plagiarism if it's used incorrectly. I mean, these tools are tools for a reason. You can start with ChatGPT. You can start with Midjourney to make artwork. But at the end of the day, you still have to make it your own.
Yeah, the style of writing that you create is by yourself,
because some kids, they write really, really well. Their thoughts are really, really well thought out. But if you start adopting an AI's kind of thinking and everything too early, you're never going to find your internal voice. And I find that even when I punch something in, I'm like, hey, that sounds not bad, but that doesn't really sound like me. I would never write that way. It sounds good. It's not me. And if you don't know what me is, it's very difficult for you to put your spin onto it.
Yeah, it's like when you have your own, when you get a script and you're reading off it and you're trying to read off it.
That's not me.
That's not how I say it though.
I don't say those things.
Yeah, and then you have to reword it because then that's your style of saying how these sentences or whatever. The script is the way you present it yourself. So
so I think
make it your own.
Overall, you're going to have to deal with Chromebooks. You're going to have to deal with Macs and PCs in mixed environments. that's fine and everything, and desktops as well too. But I think AI is going to be the most disruptive force, both visually, in video work, and also in writing as well too. So those are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. And you're also going to need, and because this is mostly cloud based, the powerful PC, desktop or whatever, really isn't necessary to access these tools. So what I'm thinking here is maybe we talk about some of the upgrades that are available, because a lot of families are struggling these days. Food is getting more expensive. Books, paper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, paper. I went to the store the other day, and paper used to be $1.99 a stack for 500 pages.
Oh, like the printable papers?
It's $10 for a stack of paper now. It's 500 sheets.
What?
We'll talk a little bit about that at the end, because I have an idea for that. But knowing that everything's gone up in price, upgrades are going to be one of the things that a lot of families should be looking at. I mean, to upgrade a PC, desktop, or laptop, in a lot of
cases,
you're looking at RAM modules.
Yeah, RAM.
Doubling the RAM.
A storage, like SSDs.
Yep.
Right, hard drives.
$100 for like 1 terabyte stick, easily available. You can get RAM kits for under $100 depending on the configuration. And I think that's something worthwhile. And a lot of laptop PCs specifically, like we gave a really good example last year where my PC, when we did that upgrade guide, my laptop, which is a Gigabyte Creator Series PC, that studio PC had upgradable RAM slots. Which I took the 64 gigabytes for Computex.
That's right, yeah.
And then I have 2 terabytes, 2 separate SSDs
in
that thing. And that's more than enough storage for most of what I was doing. And this is like video editing and everything like that. For school kids, if there's an old laptop PC at home, I think that those are accessible upgrades that will give more life to your PC.
Extra RAM will help, especially when you're running Windows. Especially when you're running a lot of Chrome tabs.
Oh yeah.
Right. So memory upgrades are affordable. They're cheap. They're easily accessible. And then SSDs, depending again on the SSD sizes and the interface that you have on your laptop, you should be able to get them quite cheap as well.
Yeah. And most schools are saying Windows 10, which is the last one for a lot of PCs, because of the fact that Windows 11, you need TPM 2.0 and all these other security features. But for a lot of these PCs, you can get another year or two out of it by doing these upgrades. And the nice thing is that if you're DIY centric, you can actually look at all the videos online. There's a lot of places that are doing video upgrade tutorials showing you exactly what to do. iFixit also has tutorials as well too, where they'll show you step by step on how to upgrade specific models of these PCs to the next line of the next permutation of memory, right? Because it's 68, 16, 32.
That's right.
64, right?
That's right.
And then for SSDs, it's 128, 256, 512, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte.
So that's PCs, which is great.
Yeah, and there's also external upgrades as well too.
External upgrades.
So this applies to our Mac friends as well too. I think you've got an example there.
I got this one quite. This is a 2 terabyte. This is 2 terabyte now. It's a credit card size SSD, portable SSD, USB-C interface. So you can plug that into any device, including your smartphones as well. So you do external recording. 2 terabyte capacity, and this speed is around about 5,000 megabytes per second.
So it is Thunderbolt.
Oh, sorry. 2,000. My mistake. 2,000 megabytes per second.
So USB 4.
USB 4.
USB 3.2 Gen 2.
Gen 2 by 2.
2 by 2.
Oh my God. Right. So it's 2,000 megabytes per second. So you're getting the fastest speeds for the external SSD. And this is great because, again, it works on all formats, including PCs, laptops, Macs, phones, Chromebooks, everything.
That's right. Because the thinner laptops, PC laptops, you may not be able to upgrade anything, but having external options like this makes it so that you can have your video editing project edited externally, and then you can pass it on to your classmate.
And this is ideal because some of the MacBooks, you can't upgrade on them.
Oh, you can't do anything. They're soldered.
Yeah. So with that, then you can actually connect this up as an external storage, but it provides enough speed as well, which is great. And I love this about this is you can actually connect this up to any smartphone. You can do external recording.
Now, speaking of other things out there, we didn't talk about tablets. Now, tablets really aren't a good thing for in class because, number one, it's not supported. You've got iPad OS, you got Android and everything like that. And most schools won't support it. But at the same time, though, if you have a Kindle, a lot of textbooks are on there. So maybe you got your desktop PC over there, you want to be on the couch because some kids, they learn upside down. You have to be upside down on the couch. That might be a good purchase if you aren't upgrading, if you're upgrading your PC, or if you have a PC or desktop or Mac laptop, you don't really need to do anything with it. A laptop, like a tablet might be a good thing. So there's some portability.
That's right.
Reading and highlighting. A lot of these apps allow that. A lot of the books are online, Kindle app and whatnot. You can highlight section that you can send those notes off. I think that's a good, worthwhile upgrade.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of kids now doing animation style kind of like creative work, where they do like stop motion animation. And sometimes the phone can be a bit small.
It's tiny. It's hard to...
what they do is they clamp up a tablet, like a 7-inch or even a 9-inch tablet, and then they do that stop motion kind of animation with the apps. The apps, then you just press the button on the apps.
Yeah, there's one for Android. Really I can't remember what it's called, but the schools also endorse it. There's it's the same app that's on iPads as well too, and kids have a lot of fun with those.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the creative stuff of what you do with tablets and phones.
Minecraft education is also on tablets as well too, so you don't need a PC for that. Some families have one single computer. It could be a laptop or a desktop, and having a tablet that the kid can take away and have as his own device actually is a good educational tool as well too. As long as it's locked down. There's Google Family Link. That app is really good at locking down all the devices. I'm sure Apple has a similar thing as well too. And those are good for locking down those devices.
Yeah, this I think it's got a family share or something like that on the Apple, I think is. And the thing is, when you're actually creating content, especially with kids and that, and you want to save it, right? And you save it on your tablet or your phone. But the thing is, problem is, it's on the device. How do you sync it? The best way to do it is actually sign up to some of the Google Drives. And of course, the Microsoft is what's called the
Microsoft OneDrive. OneDrive is included with your education account. Google's Chrome OS also has storage available if you're a student. So you can actually have that.
And for the Apple, it would be the iCloud. So again, what you could do is when you record or take any photos or any creative work that you've done on your phone, tablet, you can actually then share it onto the cloud services, iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive. Once it's there, you can actually then go back into your desktop, your laptop, then continue editing there, or actually continue work, sharing your content and stuff like that. So that's a good way of
and the services themselves also offer student discounts if you want. Like, for example, let's just say that your school's on OneDrive, but everyone else in the world uses Google. Then you can have, I think there's a educational discount there. You'll have to look it up, but there's same with Dropbox and whatnot. There's academic discounts on a lot of this different software, including Adobe. Adobe also has an academic discount.
They also have their own storage.
They have
Creative Cloud.
Creative Cloud. So there's that as well too. And if you are an athlete in school, Strava offers a huge discount for students if you want to keep up with all your cross country teammates and also track teammates if you're running a lot. So there's discounts for students everywhere. You just need an education email to access all this. But that also means that once you're done and that email is deactivated, you're not going to get it anymore. But those are things that you can also look at as well too.
I mean, the ones for without educational discounts and that. I mean, the Adobe is about $79 a month.
Oh, it's very expensive.
It's expensive. But depends on what you...
It's $39 if you're a student, apparently. It's cheap.
And then the Office, I find amazing, the Microsoft Office, because I paid, again, something like $80 for the whole year.
It's very cheap.
And it's 5 family members.
Yes.
So, and you get a terabyte storage across...
Each person.
So definitely worth considering. Google, of course, is free. Then you can pay for the service for extra storage.
Because you only get 15 gigabytes, and that's not a lot. If you upgrade to the Google One, which is a family plan, You can get 1 terabyte. It's a lot of storage for a reasonable amount of money if it's a family plan. So I definitely recommend doing those things, especially if you have more than one student at home. And you also need to be able to share with other people that are outside, like a tutor, like other collaborators that are working on the same project that might not be inside the Microsoft thing.
The family plan is good because then each family member can get the same software, the same services as well, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy separate licenses for each one, right?
Yeah.
So
now,
that helps.
Let's talk about accessories here. Now, you have all these devices. Obviously, there's certain things that you need with them. My son loves the tactile feel of a clickety mouse.
Clicky mouse, okay.
Right? He likes the clicky mouse, right? He likes the mechanical keyboard. It's so satisfying to him. So are those types of things they're kind of how should I say? They're like quality of life kind of upgrades because it just makes them want to be in front of the keyboard more often. And I think those are good upgrades. Like mechanical keyboards on Amazon. $40? Is that okay?
That is good. That's okay. Between $30 to $40, you can get really good ones, right? And of course, if you're a gamer, professional,
$200?
You can go all the way up to $200 or more. And those are from like Razer and Steel Series. And don't bother with those, to be honest with you. That's just...
That's excessive.
Yeah, that's obsessive. Yeah, excessive as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, search online. There's other brands you can get for $30 to $40 with Bluetooth and wireless.
Wireless. Same with mice as well too.
Yeah, wired. You can get ones with 3 combinations. You got wireless, 2.4 gigahertz ones, the Bluetooth and wired, up to you.
Yeah.
And wireless. So you can just charge it with your USB cable, and you can take the keyboard out once it's finished charging. Yep. And you're completely free, wireless free.
I also find that if you have a laptop, if you have a single laptop family as well too, if you buy a monitor for like $150 or something like that, it just makes everything bigger and accessible. So having the keyboard, having the mouse, I find that my kids say that it's just more comfortable. You're not cramped up in this little space. So you can actually sit in the proper chair.
You're like,
like, come on.
On a phone, on a tablet, like you type
So it's just more ergonomic. And I think that's very important to like a lot of the posture problems right now, a lot of the chiropractor problems.
Oh, you see kids
hunched right over.
Yeah, they're like on the couch, like this, and then this, and all over the place, aren't they? Right?
Yeah. So it's good to encourage a proper, like getting them a proper desk, getting them a monitor. Keyboard and mouse will keep them tactile and everything because they like that
really
sensation.
Cheap desk. Go to IKEA. There's plenty of cheap desks.
Or Staples or something like that. Yeah. It's very important for that type of because when they enter the workforce and they're not used to that, they're going to be very unhappy. You get them used to it now.
That's right. And if they're sitting awkwardly, then they can get back pain.
Plus, everyone has their own space, so they can decorate it and everything, and they feel like that's their space, and it's okay. I think that at certain ages in school, you need to have ownership. So if they have a space, it looks like junk, and then their brother's space looks immaculate. Obviously, that's going to rub off.
For me, I prefer wireless devices.
Wireless is great.
Keyboard and mouse because it allows them to have more freedom of movement rather than if you're like wired up and you have to get this cable connected up this way.
Plus, the Marathon mouses from Logitech, like this is just one of the different brands. There's many different brands. They last for like a year on one single charge.
Yeah, that's crazy. Or you can get ones with the replaceable AA batteries. Or you get the ones which are rechargeable using a stand.
Yes.
There's very different types.
Keyboards, obviously, you have to charge those because there's an internal battery. But, if you want mechanical. But there's all sorts of different ones out there. Try them at your local retailer like Best Buy, Staples, and whatnot.
And especially now with teenagers, they listen to YouTube, this and that and the other. Get themselves some headphones.
They need noise-canceling headphones.
Yeah.
They really do.
Because sometimes I'm walking in the room and they're blasting their stuff on their YouTube. I think,
and you also have to make sure that you check your volume as well too.
Yeah.
So make sure that you put your, hey, what do you listen to? Oh, that's a little bit loud. Can you turn that down? Yeah, cool. So be interactive on that as well too. Plus, a lot of schools, you're going to have to take their laptop with them. Textbooks these days, not so thick anymore because most of the materials are online or digital as well too.
You can download them,
But you still need a good laptop. I recommend that you get them a laptop backpack that they're actually going to wear. So take them out there and actually get them to try them on.
You went to Taiwan to buy a laptop bag, 15-inch one.
Yeah, but she doesn't use that anymore. It's just a sleeve. It's a sleeve, right?
Okay, sleeve.
But
okay.
you know, like a backpack is kind of their identity as well too in school. They're going to use that from the first day to the last day of everything, and it's got to fit. It's got to fit all their stuff. It's got to have a place for their headphones. It's got to have a place for their power brick. It's got to have a place for their papers and everything like that, lunch and everything like that in a lot of cases.
So
strip.
Yeah, with that said, then that means you need to get a laptop that's fairly lightweight, if possible.
Yeah, if possible.
If possible, because lightweight laptops, they can be expensive.
Yeah, and the upgradability is also a lot less as well too.
Yeah,
This is why the MacBook Air is also very popular. But down the road, you're also looking at a complete replacement because there's no upgrade path.
There's no upgrade path.
Right.
They are light. They are
do
expensive.
tend to last. Don't get me wrong, because they are made of aluminium. Even though it's not spelt that way.
Aluminium.
It's like lieutenant. No, it says Lou. No, lieutenant. No.
Yeah, aluminium.
Yeah. So make sure that it's something that they're actually going to take with them on the road. If they're embarrassed about your Paw Patrol one, give that one away. Give that one away to a kid that will love it, and get them something that is more serious, because they want to be more serious in school. They want their peers to look at them as someone that's cool. Being cool at that age is very important.
Yeah, and don't discount those little USB drives, thumb drives. They're really useful. They're very useful.
And last year, didn't we see that there were these packs from Kingston? They're like $12 for 3.
Yeah.
They're going to need them to pass files back and forth in class, but also make sure that you check them. Sometimes kids are putting malware on these things. You got to make sure as the adult that you're taking these, you're scanning them periodically to make sure that they're clean and safe, and formatting them. Because if you don't format these things and they keep getting written on the whole time, they might corrupt, and that's going to leave someone in a very difficult place.
Yeah.
This will be less of an issue if you're upgrading to cloud storage and backing up.
Do that way. Yeah.
But there are situations where you want to pass a file quickly.
That's right.
That's fine.
Yeah. That's true.
So that's also a good thing as well too. Now, in terms of, I would probably say that, because we were talking about this initially, is that cell phones, you're going to have cell phones that are going to be put away during class. Not during class. You're going to have them outside of the view.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that we should probably be looking at is also a good case.
Yeah.
These things break.
I just tell you what, I've got for my iPhone, I've used this for the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
Okay. They are expensive, but
the phone's expensive.
So good though.
Phones are expensive.
They basically, there's a little bit of controversy with this company because they copied some other people's design, but I don't.
I know who it is.
Yeah. But this company is from Hong Kong, right?
Yes.
So a big case company, and they are expensive. They have collaboration with loads of different designers and brands and other things like that. Casetify, right? Basically. Yeah. But they are good though. I've had it for about 3 years, no problem. I dropped my phone a ton of times.
Yeah.
And protected it, no problem.
So don't cheap out on the cases. I know that the propensity is to, hey, buy the expensive phone, get the cheapest possible case.
Yeah,
no, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for this in screen repairs. Screen repairs start at around $150 to $200.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Might be more than the phone. So don't do that. Get a good quality case before.
That one.
Yeah. Like Spigen, Korean company. If you have a Samsung phone, if you have any Samsung phone, Korean design, really durable. They do iPhones as well too. Very good quality overall. This one has the hinge. It also turns into a stand as well too.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't show you that. But there you go. I can watch my content that way. But it's durable. It actually is reliable.
But it's not cheap, right?
It's not cheap. It's a $50 case.
Yeah,
but it's $50 case.
Mine's about $50.
But $50 is better than $500. Like, believe me, right? You probably, if you didn't have a good case on it, you probably would have bought 3 phones already. And who wants to do that? Buy a good case. Put a screen protector on the phone. It does, and then the screen protectors you can cheap on that one. You can cheap on that one. There's a lot of different ones. Yeah, you can cheap on that one. 9H hardness, tempered glass, something like that, just to give your kid a chance. Oh yeah, not breaking it. There's a lot of spilt juices and stuff like that, right? Yeah, kids also like pops, like the pop sockets and everything like that, because they want to hold their phone. Pop sockets. Oh yeah, they have the designs and everything like that. Some of them have a wallet on the back as well too. Get them things that that will protect their phone, but also give them some grip on the phone.
Yeah.
Those things are okay. I think that being able to hold it in one hand without it dropping out of their hand is also a good thing. They may cost you a few dollars, but you know what? It's peace of mind.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And like again, they shouldn't be using it inside the classroom. So we talked about some things that Microsoft, actually, no, it's probably the Google one is the best, is that Google's Family Link actually allows you to disable the phone during certain times of the day.
Oh, yeah.
So you can make sure that during the school day, you can't use it with the exception of certain phone numbers and also certain apps. It's a good thing. It keeps them from touching the phone. And then that way, if their phone gets confiscated for some reason, well, the phone is actually inoperative. Like you can at least go to bat with your kid and say, look, I've already disabled this phone. There's no freaking way that the kid could actually open any apps because here, look at the rules. Yeah, please have my kid's phone back because I need them to have something.
Yeah.
Right. So it helps your kid as well too. They know that you have their back.
It's basically a little bit of discipline, like and
you're gonna have to learn it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, though, you also get out of jail free card.
Yeah. It's difficult because again, the attention span for kids now these days are so short. It's like you have to give them something to occupy with. And if you're busy, if your family and stuff like that, if you're a parent that's gonna work long hours and stuff like that, it's very difficult. You just sometimes just play with the pad.
Approve the app. Okay, fine. Approving the app. You need to look at the apps, okay, if you can. The last thing is, I know that paper is expensive, and I talked about that already. Yeah, $10 a ream versus $2, like just $5. It was $2 a ream, guys. But the best deal I've seen so far is like $5 or $6, and this is like the cheapest stock that you can find from no-name brands. I don't know where this paper comes from. It's super thin as well too. It's not the good stuff. But anyhow, eventually your kid's going to have to print certain things, worksheets, because you can't write on screens. That's going to cost some families a lot of money unless the school prints those out and sends them home with them. And even still, sometimes those things just get wet. They go missing.
Yeah.
Often.
And those files could be like 50, 60 pages.
Yeah. So can I recommend that if you have a laser printer, hang on to it. It's probably your least expensive way of printing out monochrome things. However, if you need to print in color, the color lasers cost a lot more money.
That's a lot more money, yeah.
And they need multiple toners.
In a lot of cases, that's right. Yeah.
You can't really refill them. You have to buy the whole cartridge. Same with inkjet printers. You have to buy all the cartridges.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a recommendation here because I've started working with this company for another company. But Epson has their Super Tank, Eco Tank printers.
Okay.
These are refillable ink printers that start at about, you can get them for like $200, and they have like a year of ink inside the box, and they will print full color. Some of them have scanners and everything like that.
How do you refill them?
You just it's an ink bottle.
Ink bottle?
It comes with it.
Okay.
You just squeeze it into the cartridges as you need them.
Oh, so it's not like a complicated, like...
It's not a cartridge. No, you just, it's out.
Oh, okay.
The ketchup.
So there's no complicated process of refilling.
Just put the nozzle in and squeeze.
With whatever color
Whatever it is, right? Okay. Because we always run out of black, and sometimes one of those tiny little cartridges is out, and it says you can't print.
Because it's out of the color, right? Yeah.
So you've got these ink bottles available, and the nice thing is that Eco Tank printers, Super Tank printers from Epson, all the ink is available overnight on Amazon. You can get it at London Drugs, Staples, Best Buy. They sell them on the shelf. So if you have any need to print late night reports coming up, you can get them. And the chances of you running out of ink in a year is probably pretty low.
Yeah.
That's going to last you most of the school year. That's they say it's up to 5,000 pages. There's a lot of printing.
Per ball.
Per printer.
Per printer.
With the included bottles. It's in the box.
And then if you're out of ink, you just refill it with the ink bottles.
And just to think about that, 5,000 pages?
Yeah.
How much money is that in paper? You're not going to print that. That's probably 2 years of ink in the box.
5,000 pages divided, how much is it per ream?
10.
How many pages per ream?
500.
500, here you go. 10 reams.
That's low. That's like $1,000 in paper? Wait, did I get that right? It's $1,000 in paper, right?
10 reams. How much per ream?
No, it's $100 in paper. 500 pages per ream times 10 is 5,000 pages?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's only $100.
$100.
It's $100. It's still a lot.
It's a lot.
Still
for paper.
Sorry, I didn't carry the zero. It's still a lot. It still hurts.
Yeah.
But still, if you can cut down the amount of like cartridges are $50, $30. The black one's always the most expensive.
HP was the most expensive because they got a chip inside the print head.
So you can't just do that. You're looking at bottles of ink for a year. You can buy the whole kit for like $50 or something like that. It's worth it. Yeah, and plus, it cuts down on the amount of waste because those bottles are actually recyclable.
Oh, okay, cool.
They use soy ink, so you just put them in the recycling, and they hopefully come back as lawn chairs. I don't know. So yeah, EcoTank printers. If you need to be able to print, and chances are, kids, if they're printing a report or flyers and whatnot, they always look better in color.
They do, yeah.
If they're looking at like a worksheet and you have to spot the difference between this color and this color, you can't print in black and white. It's not going to work.
That's right.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's my pick for output. That's my pick for just replacing the old printer, because by the time you replace some of these toners, like $50, whatever, sometimes they don't work. They don't print in color, first of all. Get it recycled. Do the EcoTank, print in color. They come with scanners. They come in different sizes, different speeds and capacities. They all print in photo quality almost.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's worth it.
If you want a photo quality, just get the photo quality paper.
Yeah.
This is more expensive, of course, but then you're going to get the photo quality.
And you know what? All these printers are wireless, so you can share it.
Oh, yeah. Right? You can print using your iPhone or your Samsung. You just link it up to the app,
share it, and print off your photos and whatnot. Right. So it's a useful device for the entire family to just print something out to put on the wall. I mean, we don't buy posters anymore, really. So you got to print something out and put it on the wall. Something for your locker and whatnot. Oh, also stickers and things like that.
Yeah, stickers and that. Yeah, definitely.
You're doing all of that. Cricut uses printers for doing the sublimations. I mean, there's a lot of different applications for that. So, I mean, getting a printer, not being afraid to print because the ink is expensive is not a valid concern anymore. Plus, you can get it anytime that you want, and you don't need that one cartridge. You don't need that one cartridge.
Oh, yeah. Just refill it, yeah. That's right, yeah. Some of them, they come in 3 different cartridges, and you have to buy them separately, and they...
Epson does this. Canon also has their own system. I haven't looked into it. I just know the Epson one the best because they've been doing it the longest. They've been doing it for like the last, oh my God, they came out in 2011.
Wow.
So a long time. They've sold 80 million printers, but something like that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of printers. So they're definitely the leader. They also are known for photo quality. So I mean, I would get a printer if that printer is on its last legs and you've always wanted to print in color, but you've been afraid to. Yeah. It's gotten better.
All right. So quick question. So you got 3 kids. Yeah. They're all in high school now. Is that all high school?
No, I only have one high schooler. I have a middle schooler, and then I have one that's going in.
All right. So with all of them, are they all ready with their tech stuff now? Anything that's missing?
Oh, they're homeschooled right now, except for the high schooler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have one high schooler that is it's a daughter. She's very angry. But she has all her stuff. She almost broke her laptop, but Daddy actually did a DIY fix on her screen and popped it back into place.
Oh, okay.
So she doesn't get a new laptop. She's gonna live with that shame because I'm not spending another $1,000 on that laptop.
Right. For me, I think the only thing I need to get is probably a tablet. His tablet is a very old Android. I can't remember, 7 or 8. Yeah. So I need to get a better one. Yeah, probably a 9-inch. Right now it's a 7-inch. He uses to play games on it. That's it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think having a large, because the small screens are really bad for myopia.
Right. Yeah.
Having a larger screen, or even just putting a desk with a monitor and having them plug in when they do work, I think just facilitates just good posture and everything like that. Yeah. I think we might need to look into that, or I might have to convert a space downstairs in my office space and just have a couple desks so they can just go in there and work.
So I've actually put a desk in his room now, and it's got a monitor and computer and stuff, like a keyboard and mouse. Yeah. So I said, look, if you need to do stuff, then use that rather than just trying to do a 7-inch tablet. It's like...
Yeah, so that leads me to the other thing. It's not a bad thing to actually buy used. desks. I mean, there's going to be a lot of them as university students move out or they upgrade and whatnot.
Secondhand chairs. Secondhand chairs.
Yeah, chairs.
Yeah.
Online, Facebook Marketplace. As long as you have a vehicle that can actually hold it, because I know that flat pack furniture that IKEA has is much more convenient.
Yeah.
But if you can just get the other desk, or if you live in the complex where someone's moving out, they have a desk. Does anyone have a used desk? Oh, I've got one. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll carry it over.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
That's definitely. And the chairs. Yeah. A lot of gaming chairs. Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty on sale.
It helps the other family out as well too. And you get something that you would pay a quarter of the price of retail. Save a little bit of money for that paper because it's so expensive.
True.
Right. If there's anything else that we failed to mention, just leave it in the comments because we'd like to know how it is in your neck of the woods. We have a Canadian perspective / UK perspective, right? So you need the socks and the uniform and everything in the UK.
Yeah, we have to do the uniform thing,
You need to look like Angus Young, he's guitar. That's what all the UK kids look like in the hat. In the hat. So, but in Canada, we're navigating the cell phone bans. We are also protecting the kids' devices as they don't have them in with them sometimes. So the cases, taking care of their content that they're looking at with some of the apps like Google Family Link and Microsoft and the Apple version of that as well too. And of course, we got the output at the end of the day. Kids do like color. I like color. I like to look at color. If you want more marks for your paper, you've got to hand it in. You want color, right?
Full presentation.
Yeah. And kids are going back different every single generation.
Like I said, the cell phone ban, UK's got it as well. So,
And before that, it was Pager ban. Before that, it was Tamagotchi ban. Before that, it was like Pogs. You remember Pogs? Yeah, the stupid little, like every generation has a distinct distraction that the authorities must clamp down on because it's getting distracting. But cell phones are probably the most nefarious because of the fact that they're everything. They are distracting. They have content on them that morphs and changes, and they also have the ability to give to cheat.
Right? That's right.
So there we go. And I think that's a great beginning to our next season. And we're going to have a lot to learn this season. And hopefully you will learn from us as well, too. So until the next one, make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube because we are a YouTube exclusive. This is season 9.
Yes,
9 seasons.
Wow. Did we do a 100th episode?
We did.
A while back.
Yeah, we did.
And we congratulate ourselves.
Yeah.
So well done.
Okay, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. All right, until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.